Hey Nikki, all right, let's get rolling here. Got the buttons in, they're all good. There's a mini, it's not a problem, but I just feel like it was just a little bit of an oversight. Couple of things. The crossbow upgrade, looks like I got two of the blackened out ones versus the, I think that the one that you sent me was you sent two blacked out ones and then the hover animation. I didn't get the actual default. Um, and saying that, going in, actually when you tested, they all look really really good. But one other thing that I noticed too is it seems that you can see here I have it. I have the animations playing, but the placeholder's still there since I don't have the default one. But if you notice, like where my mouse is now, where the crossbow is, that would be like the quote unquote hover animation. And I'm gonna tweak everything a little bit, but these look awesome, dude. Like this stuff is really coming together. These buttons look so good. But you can see how like the crossbow one seems to be much brighter than all the other ones. Like so, where my mouse is right now, you can see how this yellow seems to be outlined quite a bit, or the like the yellow border seems to be really outlined quite a bit, and like the backing just seems the whole hover animation on the crossbow seems to be much brighter than that, and much brighter than that, and much brighter than that, and much brighter than that. Um, so I mean, in my opinion, I think brighter's better. Like it looks like the outside picture frame um, is really bright. And I really like that. Whereas these ones, it doesn't seem like the outside picture frame is lighting up at all, and the inside seem to be even a little bit more on the dark side. So, I think I'd rather, you know, we can do two things. We could either take the crossbow animation and tone it down, um, or what we could do is we could take the crossbow animation and tone this brightness down to match these guys, which I'd be fine with, but honestly, I think I'd prefer, if these guys all had the brightness of this one, just so like when you come into this thing, it really pops. Like this definitely, the player can definitely tell that they're hovering over here, and also too, I'm going to do some really cool, just a little like audio, so it'll be like, just a couple little clicks, and then it'll have even a click on it too, like, and then when you click on it, it'll have even a third different sound effect, and it'll give these buttons really good weight to them. But let me know what you think. If you think it's just going to be easier to tone the crossbow down and match these ones, I'm fine with that because these look just so good. But I think that being said, I think you probably would agree with me too that the brightness of this crossbow, the brighter the better on a hover. So it is what it is. I can throw you a few extra bucks too to take care of any extra time that you spend on these. So getting to, and just to refresh your memory, I do need the hover for the upgrade, the crossbow, because I got two of these black ones, whereas the other ones had these. All right, so then now the next work order will be to finish this level up scene completely off, man. We're so close. I just got to tweak these drawing events a little bit where the text is. These new game and God buttons are going to go away in the end product. So really all we need right now are these buttons here. And it's actually going to be a little bit more simple than it even looks. They can be the same size that you gave me. You can do it within the same exact size as these buttons. And the same exact look, like with the same exact framework around them. And then all they need is to say the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Really big. I don't really think it's worth saying level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, because one, that's more work, and the lettering will get scrunched, and I feel like it's just redundance that we don't need. So, just 1, 2, just almost what they have, just make them look really nice with our same lettering, like the special lettering in here that we've been going with. And then in here too, I think just to make this simple, we probably only need one button that I can just duplicate over and over and over again that just says boss. I don't think we need to do special buttons for each boss. you can just give me one button, and I would hope that the player would, realize that the boss underneath, if it said boss underneath the number 2 button, they could get the idea that it was the boss for the second level. I mean, I really don't think it's worth saying boss level 3 boss, level 4 boss. I think if you just give me one button that just says boss in big letters, I'll be able to use that for the entire bottom row and just duplicate them. So then really it would be 1, 2, 3, it'd be 5 buttons and then a 6th button. So this work order would be 6 buttons, all with, of course, our animations, our oh yeah, and the blackout animation looks just so good too. So we'll need blackout animation. We'll need blackout animation, default animation, and hover for all of these. And I definitely would like to see. I think I really would like to see the brightness of this crossbow. So if we could just tweak all of the hover animations for these guys, and then when you're doing the hover animations for these buttons, just try to keep that big brightness up to be consistent with what this crossbow is, and that would be perfect, man. And you had said for the price of these buttons here, why don't we'll do a price for these buttons that we work on, and then we'll do title screen buttons. And actually, I might as well even go over that right now, because this video is not that long, and it's not like I don't think it's gonna be too overwhelming. Actually, let me test the game again. I gotta kind of test the game. I still don't have a button back to the title screen yet, and I don't even think that's going to be a button. I think it's just going to be a drawing event within the vortex that tells the player that they can press escape to go to the title screen, or maybe T or something like that. I don't want too many buttons littering this vortex, because in the Steam version there's going to be some more buttons if we get that deal. If we get the sponsorship deal, I'm probably going to shrink this area down a little bit so I can put a row of buttons over here, which would have the get ready for it. It's going to have the epilogue. There's going to be 2 more levels, which we need all new enemy types for. So fun. There's a whole bunch of other I have a whole bunch of other ideas for this game to make the Steam version worth the money that people would be spending on it. So I did a couple of little things too here with the intro, just to kind of spice things up. We might as well play through. It only takes like a minute. So we have the text events, and I really want your honest opinion on what you think of this text event. If you think it's hokey, I mean, I think that the wording here is fine. I don't want this to run on very long, so it's just a series of text events, and I still need to tweak these drawing events as well. Like, I need to center this line, and so I put like a little bit. We've got our coffin in place, and we've got, I put a little bit of the clouds in the backgrounds that moves slowly. I think that kind of spruces this scene up a little bit. And then I went, and I know I've been abusing the hell out of this image API behavior, but sure enough, I've got this guy explode, and I think I might actually want to get you to get me like an animation for this guy that just kind of wiggles him up and down, almost as if he's breaking through here, because I'm going to do some really, well, here it goes. It's going to explode here for in a second. And save to kill, and then we have it kind of burst apart, and then boom, I kind of spruced this up as well. Don't worry about what I was just saying about the coffin. I'll get into that in a different work order. The way I want to like present that to the player is going to be pretty cool, with what I want to do with the music. So then we might as well just get along here. I think that using this background's cool. It kind of spruces some things up. I'd like to know. I might even duplicate these backgrounds just so I can get this background to run a little bit slower, just because I think that this is a little quick. But anyway, since we're here, part of this work order, I would like the new game continue, and I don't even have this button created yet, but I would like new game plus. So there'd be 3 other buttons that would state new game, continue, and new game plus, all with our, they can be the exact same size as these guys, with the same kind of text that we've been using right here, like with the special text, maybe like different color, if you wanted to, something that you think would fit, this area here. or a little bit better, unless you think that those would work. I mean, I think that color might work quite well, actually. So we can use this same kind of lettering, and then of course we'll need blackout, hover, and we'll try to keep those hovers at really bright. Like I just love, like, look how bright that is. So you can see the difference between this and then like boom, like that is so nice and bright. That really, so I'm just like busting my butt here, man. Play testing. I'm working actually on the final boss right now. I'm working on his getting placeholders in place, and he's going to be pretty cool. I got some good ideas that I think would be fairly easy to do on the artistic end as well. Nothing's easy, but I'm going to present it in a way that's not so complicated. We won't need millions of animations or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, this work order, just to 100% go over everything again, is first things first, if we could get the default animation for the crossbow, and then if we could get these hover animations brightened up to match the hover animation of the crossbow, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons for the levels. My dog is barking. Come on, Bo. Calm down, buddy. Come here. And then just one button for boss that just says boss in big letters, all with blackout, hover, and default animations. And then we've got new game, continue, and buddy, what is up? Oh, my dog is freaking out. New game, continue, and new game plus, all with blackout, hover, and default. All right, man, let me know what you're thinking. And of course, we'll add, some money to all this stuff. We'll throw you some extra money here to take care of the extra work that you're going to be doing on these buttons. And then, of course, this new batch of buttons. And at that point, man, we're going to have something that is like really looking, we're going to start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel here. As far as the Flash version goes, we'll have something to present Armor games. Hopefully sooner than later. All right, man, later.